Am I the asshole for trying to give my son his birth photos?
No.
I gotta say no. The thing where my head is going with this is like wait, would you say the son their birth photos?
Yeah, trying to give my son his birth photos.
Maybe like they transitioned and they didn't want to see like that version of them in the I don't know what the wording is for that, but maybe they just didn't want to see them like what they look like after they transition. That's kind of where I'm going at with this.
Interesting. That is a wild prediction, but I mean that could be a scenario. I guess so.
I guess I'm going asshole in this.
All right. I gotta say, my family. I no longer have a lot of my baby photos. They were at the bottom box, and we had a flood.
Man!
All my photos are gone. My brothers that were on top of mine, perfectly fine. All right, let's hop into the story. So, for context, I, 64 female, have one child, 31 male, who I admit we spoiled. We gave him everything. Food, birthday parties, paid for every activity and vacation.
That sounds
kind of
like
normal.
A bare minimum.
I just love this. That we gave him everything. Food. It's the first, like, yeah. I mean,
that fool didn't ask to be born.
We gave him food, water, shelter, 60 minutes of outdoor time sometimes.
Calm down there, Drake. Can't even take care of your own kid.
Don't know about that.
On paper, he's the perfect son. Did well in school, never got in trouble, visits often, sends flowers on my birthday / Mother's Day. He even pays for a lot now that he's working. Still, he's always acted extremely ungrateful considering all we've done for him. I can tell he keeps me at a distance, calls maybe once a week at most, doesn't share very much about his life when he does. When he visits, he'll do things like demand I turn the TV down if he's doing something for work / studying, not realizing this is our place, not his. Last year,
I gotta say, I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but like OP, like, you know, there are a lot of kids who don't call their parents at all. You're getting once a week, you're getting visits. Obviously, if he's working or studying, like, I mean,
he probably needs that focus time.
I mean, I guess you could tell him to like go to his room or whatever, but it's crazy to be like, you know, not
Fuck
happy
you,
that he's there. Like, this is our place.
Yeah. Also, he sends you flowers on like birthdays and Mother's Day. That's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of kids who don't do that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So last year, my husband and I took him and his girlfriend to our cabin for the weekend. And even though I paid for everything, he asked if he could take the larger room. The reason was he had severe cat allergies and that it was the only room not covered in cat hair. Sure, it made logical sense, but it still seemed extremely rude since I paid for the whole trip. He's like, yo, I don't want to die on this trip.
Yeah.
It was like, too bad I paid for it.
This mom, this is this OP is giving me like the vibes, just like, I'm going to throw like everything that I've done for you. And, you know, it's something that a parent should be doing for their kid anyways, type of deal.
Yeah.
Like, you owe me shit.
It's like, oh, you were a parent. Like, that's good, I guess. I don't know. Like,
she's talking like if this was a friend trip, I'd be like, all right, well, hold on. But this is your kid. So that's kind of weird to just be like, it's kind of pissing me off that, you know, they have a better life than me sometimes. They get the bigger room. You know, like, what are you complaining? Should you not be doing everything to, you know, make it comfortable for your kid's life?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So on to the actual story. So he visited again for a week on his vacation, which was a nice thing, but things soon started going south. For starters, he slept in every morning. He preferred to sleep than spend extra time with us. Great. He's a medical resident, and so I get he works a lot of hours, but it seems extremely selfish.
He's on a vacation, and they chose to visit your bitch ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this from r/entitled parents?
No.
Goodness.
It could be posted there, probably.
Holy.
Yeah, and medical residency is like extremely stressful. And
those fools work like what? At least 12 hours a day?
Yeah.
At the very least.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
usually. Yeah. So
You don't know if that was working like graveyard shift or any of those long ass hours. My goodness.
the second to last day he was here, my husband tried to wake him up around 6 to 7 a.m. to see if he would go to him to his new workplace. My son basically just said no and went back to sleep. I was furious. He can't even do this one thing for his dad, who is proud of his new job. When he finally got up around 9 a.m., so not that.
Not that bad.
Not a pretty normal time to wake
I was
up.
thinking
on
like
vacation.
sleeping in as like 12,
3
1.
p.m.
3 p.m. is crazy.
At one time I had a food coma and I literally slept 24 hours and I woke up at 3. I woke up at 3 in the afternoon, confused as hell.
I mean, that's fair. I've done that too. Yeah.
Not on a vacation though, right?
Definitely on a vacation.
Oh my God.
So when he finally got up around 9 a.m., I was very upset. He asked me why I was so angry, and I told him. He got extremely defensive, saying that he could just try to visit later in the day, and he didn't see what the big deal was. He just didn't get it. It wasn't the timing. It was that he didn't seem to care enough to sacrifice his precious sleep to show his dad he cares. So he was still like, I'll go to see dad's new work. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Also, if you just get woken up, like if it meant that much to your dad, why would this not be like a conversation?
The night
Beforehand.
before?
Yeah,
Right.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Instead of just waking up and be like, hey, you want to come to my job? Be like, no, right? Like I would probably say no.
I'm not going to get ready in time.
Yeah, I'm
You're
sure
gonna be
he
late
would
for your
too.
new job.
Yeah, I'm sure he would too. The fact that like this fool like visits you guys, I'm pretty sure if you just gave him a heads up, he'll probably do it.
Yeah. I got so angry that I went upstairs and got all his birth photos together and gave them to him in a plastic bag, saying that I don't want a son who is ungrateful and can't do the bare minimum for us.
Okay.
Oh well.
I kid you not, he basically laughed in my face and refused to take them, saying I was overreacting. I was furious. I could tell he was also upset, and he just said he couldn't believe what I did. And then she puts in brackets, hello? What about you? What about what you did? And didn't talk to me for the rest of the visit. He's never behaved this rudely or talked back like this before. It's been months now. It's been a month now, and he's still barely responding. I get
Good.
that I may have lost my temper, but in my defense, 1, they're photos of him. 2, he hasn't really shown his appreciation. He appreciates us. And 3, it's not like I was angry out of nowhere. My husband agrees with me, but my son maintains that what I did was wrong. So am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah, fool. And enjoy not having any more frequent visits for your kid who actually gave a damn at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he was a pretty respectful son. Like, I mean, 9 a.m. is not a crazy sleeping time, too. That's insane to me. And it sounds like he wasn't against going to his dad's workplace. He was just like, yeah, not at 6 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Also, I hate that she's like, oh, they're photos of him. Why wouldn't he take them? It's because you handed them and been like, I don't want you to be my son anymore. That's a pretty fucked up thing to say to him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you left that out of the title.
She about to get no contact from that kid.
Yeah. She's complaining about paying for that room. You're like, I don't know, a couple years away from him paying for a lot of shit going forward. You're missing out on that doctor kid benefit. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I agree. But she's not done yet, guys.
Oh God.
There's a big edit here.
Oh.
This is edit 1. I am very surprised by the response so far. Trust me, there are far more examples of how he's been ungrateful and disrespectful in the past, but it won't bother since it seems like I've been judged.
Nah,
because you ain't probably got no proof.
I don't think
And then
so.
she bothers. Edit 2. I want to clarify a few things based on the comments. 1. I was not saying I deserve a medal for feeding my child. My point was he has never wanted for anything, and I have objectively been a good mother. This generation is sad because few of you appreciate that this isn't always the case. That feeding your child is the bare minimum.
Sounds like bare minimum to me.
Yeah. 2, I am very proud of my son. Obviously, he deserves the rest. I wrote this while angry, and I see how my post came across as uncaring, but to be clear, I do not mind he sleeps in. However, waking him up once for something important is not abusive. If that's what you think, I'm sorry, but you have no idea what abuse is.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go as far as
abuse.
calling it abusive. It was probably
It's dumb.
asinine for them to do it, right? It's like if you really want your kid to go to something important, talk to them like the adults they probably are at this point.
Yeah, beforehand as well.
Yeah, give them a warning. And the thing is pissing me off. Like this this parent knew that their kid has that type of job. They know they're butt ass tired.
Yeah.
You need to give him a heads up, buddy.
Exactly. He's on vacation. He's not obligated
That
to
too.
do anything. You know what I mean? He's there to spend time with you.
Again, the fact that a kid would even willingly to do that in their like adult life, that's a good damn kid to me.
Yeah, it's a good sign they care. So I don't understand why she's crying so much. 3, there's a part of the story I should have shared at the beginning. This started 2 years ago. He was on vacation again, and we were visiting my mother, who I had spent all day taking care of. Finally, at around 1 a.m., I had a chance to do some sewing with my portable sewing machine. I was fixing something for the house. He comes out and demands that I put it away because it was waking him up. I mean, that's 1 a.m.
You're
is
sewing
crazy.
at 1
It's
a.m.
kind of wild.
What are you?
This is after he spent the entire day lounging and only helped with dinner. Not only that, but after I calmly said no, he insisted I take the sewing machine somewhere else. Except unfortunately, that area was the only one with lighting that worked for me. He couldn't let it go. He got incredibly angry and told me I was being unreasonable. He was a bully, and I'll never forget that. Maybe I overreacted in telling him I was disowning him this time, fine. But this has context, and like I said, this was not the first time he has bullied me into getting his way.
Who the fuck is the adult in this scenario?
Oh, I mean, they're both adults, but it's crazy to be like doing something that wakes someone up at 1 a.m. on their vacation and being like, you're bullying me. Oh, just give your head a shake. And then the final thing was they say, fine, I was the asshole this time. I will take your advice and apologize for overreacting, but I still think the majority of you do not understand the situation.
And that's on you.
And I think we do.
That's on you for not explaining.
You told the story.
Give us the damn examples.
You wrote the story, gave multiple edits. If we don't understand it, it's on you.
That's true.
Yep.
Exactly. Open Silk Road Robe commented, quote, "This generation, ma'am, I'm nearly 50 and I think you're a bad mother too. There's a reason your kid keeps you at arm's length."
Absolutely. You reap what you sow, I guess.
Yeah. 100%.
Sean got it.
Sourdough bread lover said, quotes them saying, "We gave him everything. Food. I sure fucking hope you did. Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. I'm not reading the rest. I know enough to know that OP is a straight garbage."
Crazy to start with food on that one.
Gotta fend for your own, son. Hunt your damn food.
Yeah.
Get therapy.